Hello everyone, welcome back. This is a video I probably didn't plan to make. Like, to be honest, I did plan it, but like I was just too lazy. But I guess it's taken uh, till this time for me to decide to make a video about anything else than chess. In this video, we will be discussing Pakistan's first test match, day one, against South Africa in the World Test Championship. I plan to review all of Pakistan, the major competitions. I didn't really plan to do the Asia Cup, to be frank, because we all know the Asia Cup is just a glorified tournament for India to win. We all know nobody can really compete with them. I'm not saying that to insult India, please don't take it like that. But I mean is that it's like Pakistan is clearly just not on the level of India, at least in the T20, and it's clearly like Bangladesh wasn't either, neither is Sri Lanka, so it really doesn't matter for me. For me, it was just like a friendly tournament, the Asia Cup. If we won it, cool. If we didn't win it, who cares? And we're on the World Test Championship. I would have made a review for the squad, but it's essentially the same squad I expected. Like Shan Masood leading, Babar and Rizwan are back because the strike rate issue no longer exists because it's a test match. And essentially, we had some new faces, Khurram Shahzad, but he's not playing right in this squad. We had Saj Shakil and Hassan Ali made his way back for some reason. And it was just made for like a spinning track with Noman Ali and Sajid Khan because that was the only success we had last World Test Championship. For a quick reminder, we finished dead last year, I think, in the World Test Championship cycle, and South Africa were the winners, defeating Australia, I think. So, this was obviously a really big match. We are playing at home, Lahore, Gaddafi Stadium, and we are playing as the World Test Championship. So for me, if we want to make any kind of serious threat in this, cycle, we have to do well in this competition. We have to do well in this series, especially. And boy, day one, I can very happily say that we did. We definitely gave South Africa quite a run for their money. Definitely, this match, I can very confidently say that. So let's start off. But first, we have to talk about the negatives, and then I'll move on to the positives. First off, negative. I'm gonna say this as bluntly as I can. Send Abdullah Shafiq back to domestic cricket. I'm sorry. Send him back. He has to go back to domestic cricket. Let him relearn the basics again. Because seriously, man, some of the shots, the guy falls for the same trap every single time. Just give him an in-swinging ball, he'll play it the same way, get out the same way. The guy is not learning. He's almost like, I don't know if it's arrogance. I don't know like if it's like something he's being taught by the trainers. I don't really understand. But like the guy, man, honestly, like anybody can find out this guy's weakness. It's not hard. It's really not. It's not that hard to find what Abdullah Shafiq's weakness is. Just play an in-swinging ball, he's gonna have trouble. And I thought he started off positively with that too, but then, I mean, just that leg pad was hit, and I was like, yeah, he's gone. Same thing, bhai. Why he's even like getting hit on the pad on the fourth ball was alone questionable, but chal him. Then Shan Masood came in, and I've been very vocally critical about Shan Masood as captain. Not in videos, but like to people I know. I've always said I don't think he's the guy. I seriously don't believe in him. I believe him. He's a great test player. I believe he's a great opener, but I don't think of him as a test captain. And I think last World Championship alone proved that he didn't really do anything, and his batting performances also declined. But credit to him. This doesn't really change too much of my opinion about him, but it definitely gives me some perspective. He performed well. He definitely performed extremely well for the innings. I think him and Imam started that wonderful partnership. But I'm on the negatives, so let's stick to the negatives, and after that I'll go on to the positives. But yeah, just to let you know, I think Shan Masood played very well today and truly led a captain's innings. But on to the negatives. Babar Azam, man, yeah, like I honestly don't know what to say about Babar Azam. I'm not like hating on the guy. I don't want him to fail. He's, in my opinion, one of the most talented players we have, even if he is not suited for T20 for me, just because he doesn't play fast enough. But like some of the early shots he was playing, you really felt like, oh wow, Babar Azam's really getting into the groove. Like he really wants to start whacking and hammering some of the bowlers. And I really started to feel like, okay, this is like T20 Babar Azam, but nah. My man, like, Babar Azam has the same story every single game. Every single game is the same exact story. He gets a good start, he gets some opening 10, 20, 30 runs, when it's time to actually convert that to a big score, nah, it's time to get out. I don't know why he does it. It's like, I don't get it, why. Like, you have the platform, but the second, and it's not even like, it's like, you can't even argue like, oh, by he's rushing or something. Nah, it was just a good ball, but like, he gets out the same way. Either he's trying to play like some wide shot and it just edges and like gets caught or something, or like, I don't know, like, it just some way on this 20-30 run mark, he always gets out the same way. He always gets out the same way for me, and it's frustrating, man, because it's promising, yeah, that Babar Azam can get these starts for you, especially like in these situations, but a start is not enough. I want him to convert it into a big score. I at least wanted him to get to a 50 today, na? Like, get him to 50, 60, 70. And if he gets out, then, like, okay, now we can say he scored a 50, but, like, I mean, with how good of a batting pitch this was, you really expected him to do more, and he just did not. He did not do more. So, that's that. And then we have Saad Shakil. I'm not going to be too harsh on Saad because he's relatively to the players in the squad, he's relatively young. And not only young, but like, I think generally like he has a lot of room to improve. He's also been one of our more consistent players in the test format. Last World Test Championship, the only reason we even stayed in matches was because of this guy. So for me personally, now, like, I don't want to be too harsh on him. He averages like 50 in tests, so I know he's a good player. But man, that dismissal, man. Looking at that dismissal, like, you can't help but just think like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you have the bat right there, bhai. Like, just play a simple bat, simple front foot defense. Don't just like get out the first ball. Like, I was at least hoping he'd play a few balls, but man, like, he really put us in a spot of bother that our last two batsmen really had to dig us out of. And credit to them, they did. But he really put us in a tough situation and gave South Africa the key right back. But now that we've discussed the negatives, screw all that. Let's move to the positives. As I said, Shan Masood, credit to him today. He played a captain's innings. He truly showed grit, determination, and a genuine desire to lead the team. Imam ul Haq was the aggressor, and we'll talk about him. But Shan Masood was like, for me, the gritty player, the one who stuck in there. Like, he showed a real test innings, real captain innings. So I don't know if this is the start of some turnaround. Maybe he'll start to become much better as a captain. I don't know about that, but from my perspective, I'm just happy because, like, last cycle he was averaging like 30 runs, and that was very poor for him because, like, I expected a lot more from him, and I this is a good, like, this just to get his confidence up now. Okay, yeah, I can bat on this surface. Like, it's important. I think he desperately needed some kind of innings, and this was the perfect time. So overall, good, very good from him. Now we have Imam ul Haq, and honestly, I've been a critic of Imam ul Haq. I've always thought, not like a huge critic, but I've always thought like we can do better. Like, Imam ul Haq is good, but he's not that good. But recently I've started, looking at him in more of a different light. Like, he's had moments, I'd say, but like, he's never really had a consistent performance, and that's the problem with Imam ul Haq. One moment he's in at the team, next moment he's out. There's no consistency with the guy. Whether he's in the team, out the team, what the selectors want to do with him, I don't know. Like, they're like shoving him around. I don't really understand that. But he made his comeback from after playing domestic cricket, and I mean, he took it to those South African bowlers. He took and whacked and hammered them. He whacked and hammered them very well. And honestly, I have to say that it's not shocking, but it definitely wasn't something I expected. Like, Imam ul Haq to be out here playing. I was expecting Abdullah Shafiq and Shan Masood to have good innings. Not Imam ul Haq, but fair play, man. Like, he was the aggressor. He was taking it to those batsmen, and he was really like keeping the scoreboard ticking. Like, I think when you look at like his strike rate, what was his strike rate? Like 60. He had the highest strike rate, I think, apart from Salman Ali Agha. Like, he had the highest strike rate. But if you look like early on in his innings, right, like, not like later on where the spinners came in and he had to like maybe defend a lot more. Before then, like, he was, I think, 70, 80s even. Like, he was even maybe at one point past 100, but like, I'm not sure. I don't think he ever got past 100. Maybe around 80, 85 maybe he was. I think overall, very good performance. And it's a shame he did not get to 100 because he deserved the 100. But I think I'll take 93. He's definitely someone I would like in future tests. I think he's not shown just from this innings he's a quality player, but that he has the potential to be a quality player.
for us in tests. So I would like to keep him. And then we move on to the two batsmen who held down the fort towards the end. When we were crumbling at 199 for 4, and I was like, oh, bhai, here the collapse begins. Here's where Pakistan gonna throw it all away. The chokers, bhai, we're the chokers. But thankfully, they did not choke this. We had Mohammad Rizwan, who scored a brilliant 50 and a gritty 50. This is the kind of cricket I want Rizwan to play. The gritty, stuck at the crease, ones, doubles, the occasional boundary here and there, but nothing crazy. Just a gritty, stuck in 50. And then we have Salman Ali Agha, who, I mean, I've said it multiple times, he's not fit to be a T20 captain. He's not fit to be a T20 captain. I will never agree with that. I think he should be taken off the captaincy immediately. He was horrible in that Asia Cup, did virtually nothing. Personally, all our games are in Asia Cup won an individual brilliance. So for me, I don't want this guy to be like, oh, he should be the captain of the T20 team or something. Like, no, don't take it like that. But I've never said that Salman Ali Agha is a bad test player. I've never said that. I've always said remove him as T20 captain. He's not fit for that job. But as a test player, he's a very good player. I've always rated his skill in like this middle order department. I thought he's an invaluable player for the middle order. I've always liked his commitment and always liked his like style. It fits the middle order so well. And he's performed a gritty 50 again. Occasionally some boundaries here and there. I think if I check how many boundaries did he have, 2 fours and 1 6. I think I was there for one of the fours. I paused like the match midway because I had to also study now midway. But like I managed to see one of the fours and it was a good four. Like definitely very elegant shot. But overall, these two held it down. These two really held it down. And overall, I think Pakistan are in a very comfortable position. 313 for 5 is currently the score. If you can look at it like that, 313 for 5. I honestly like our chances. I don't think we're like completely winning like this Google predictor says we are. I don't think so. People are acting like we'll get 450, it's all over. I don't think that. I think South Africa have a very good batting lineup, and like if they can get a start like us, then who knows, bhai, we could be in trouble. If they can score 450, then just expect the next team to score 200 more. Like they could score 650, 700 even. But I feel like we've got it into a good enough position where even if they start scoring like that, we can at least hold a draw. We can at the bare minimum hold a draw. But for me, it's going to be very hard for South Africa to score like 450 plus, because as the pitch goes on now, it's going to deteriorate more and more. And the more it's going to deteriorate, the harder it's going to be for the batters to play, and the more benefit will be to the spinners who will spin the ball more, and the seamers who will manage to like get that swing of the ball. So for me, it's extremely crucial that Pakistan like managed to bat out day one, use it to its full effect. They've got a good score on the board. 450 plus should be the aim. I wouldn't necessarily mind if we like get to like close to 400. I think 400 is also good enough. With all due respect, like I don't want to underestimate South Africa, but 400 is good enough. But we should get 450. With the way these two are batting, we should get 450. But I also would understand if we didn't, because like if we go on early now and like South Africa managed to pick up early couple of wickets, like let's say Salman goes, Rizwan goes, then we just have Noman, Sajjad, and like Shaheen and Hassan Ali, and those are all bowlers. So I don't know what to expect of them now. But I think like if Rizwan managed to survive like opening 10 overs, opening 15 overs, Salman and Rizwan, then we could be in for like 400 plus, I think. But for me, bare minimum should be 350. We should bare minimum be reaching 350. Expected for me is around 400, 410. And the best possible case scenario would be if we reach 450 plus. For me, we shouldn't really go for too much higher. If 450 plus, then we pretty much just guarantee to draw, bare minimum. We should at that point just either declare, give South Africa the ball, and then give South Africa the bat, and we should bowl. And for me, at that point, then it's all up to Shaheen Shah Afridi to get us some early wickets. Hassan Ali is also there, so we'll see what he'll do. I'm very skeptical about him, but he's brought back, so maybe he can do something. And then it will be relied entirely on the spinners, Noman and Sajjad, whether they can produce the magic like they did last time in the World Test Championship. I think that one match against Bangladesh, we're going to need to have a similar performance to that game in Bangladesh. Not Bangladesh, I don't know who it was against, maybe England or Bangladesh, I don't really remember. But like they had that one match where they took all 20 wickets. We're going to need a similar performance, because right now only the spinners are really benefiting from the track. The pacers are having next to no luck. Only Rabada had that luck, and he only had that luck in the first over. After that, he has got absolutely 0 wickets. I believe. 0 wickets, yeah. Let me check. Shanuran, Subriyan, Simon Harmer. I mean, Harmer is technically like a medium pace bowler, so technically maybe he got a wicket, but Rabada was really the only fast bowler it worked for. And we don't have medium pace bowlers, like, let's just be honest. Agha's a spinner, Sajjad a spinner. Pakistan very clearly tailored this towards spin. So we're gonna have to rely on our spinners, even though I don't know why we don't make it for the pacers, but apparently now we found these two spinning options. Pakistan are just totally gambling on them. So let's see, but overall, proud of day one. I think we've done a good job. Now it's just up. We'll see on day two what we can do.